Check Eugene Wyatt's calendar on any given year, and you'll find a giant X on the first Monday in March. That's when a crew arrives to this sheep farm in New York State for the annual rite of shearing. Depending on the year, Eugene will have upward of 500 sheep to be shorn. The whole process takes as long as 3 days to complete. Eugene times everything else in his year around this date, and it's one that cannot be missed. Just a few weeks later, the ewes will begin delivering their lambs, and all coats must be off before that happens. I'm here to touch raw Saxon Merino wool on the hoof and meet the sheep and people behind it. This is my Michael Pollan moment. But instead of partaking in, say, the slaughter of a pig, I'm visiting the farm where the wool in my bale came from, watching the sheep get shorn, and better getting to know Eugene, the remarkable shepherd of this equally remarkable flock. Sheep didn't always need our help removing their coats. They used to shed each spring, leaving tufts of wool snagged on bushes and fence posts and in the grabby hands of the humans tending them, the latter being a process called ruing. For more than 10,000 years, sheep offered a one-stop haberdashery for all our needs. Lacking the distraction of cell phones or social media, we had plenty of time to separate out each kind of fiber by hand for its optimal application. Short, tender fibers went in the next-to-skin pile, while long, pointy ones went in the durable goods basket, not to mention all the various shades of brown, tan, gray, and black that were further sorted for color work. All that came to a halt at the onset of the Industrial Revolution, which conveniently coincided with the rise of selective breeding as a scientific practice. You'd think we would have caught on sooner, but it wasn't until the mid-1700s, boosted by a British agriculturalist named Robert Bakewell, that we realized we could change what was born by simply choosing which animals were allowed to breed. Random tendencies, if carefully bred from generation to generation, could eventually become the norm. We were rolling up our sleeves and playing Darwin, who was inspired by Bakewell, but it wasn't always the fittest that ended up surviving. Often it was the most desirable. By the late 1700s, we no longer valued different textures and colors as much. We wanted one thing: brilliant, fine, white wool. We also wanted to be in control of when the wool came off the sheep. For the most part, we succeeded. Modern sheep breeds have coats that are bright, fine, and uniform, and they come off only when we say so, which, in Eugene's case, is always that first Monday in March.